This is live?
Yeah.
We're good? Oh.
Yeah.
My name's Zach Murray. I'm here to take you on the magical world of pack building. And Jesse cut my budget so we get no special effects or smoke. So here we go. Take the pack off like you would anything else. But before you do that, you generally want to check the voltage of the pack. If they're below a certain voltage, a lot of times the circuit board won't allow it to actually come back to life. So it's generally just not worth doing.
What voltage do you usually recommend?
Usually above half of what its total voltage is. If it has anything, there's a chance it'll come back. I've just had problems with the circuit boards on these. Sometimes you'll replace the cells, they'll work once, a charger won't work. Sometimes it won't come back at all. Just kind of depends. I've had too many trouble with the ones that go to 0-0, so I don't generally rebuild them for that reason. Pretty standard pack. Rove 18650s. Should be pretty basic. And yeah, we'll get after it. Over here, I keep something to keep the voltage hooked up to the board. You can do them cell by cell. You can, I just find it's a lot easier to hook it up to some sort of external power supply. And I've just hooked up a couple of these and alligator clips, hook it on there, and kind of get at it. From there, you can mark positive and negative on these things, so that way you remember what they all are, you know, if you want. It's pretty easy to remember, but if you want to, you know, write a little positive, negative along the way, so that way you can remember, it's useful. Just gonna peel this up here. Set that aside for later. Okay. Now you can pry these up like you do with regular tabs, like when you're replacing the tops. I actually prefer to just cut through them. It's generally a lot easier, a lot quicker to cut through this with a little Dremel tool than it is anything else. You want to be careful not to go too deep. You can short something out, but just don't go crazy with that Dremel. Should have found a flathead before this, but And then just try to pry up some of these tabs best you can. Do we have a smaller one? This one's kind of little. That's fine. Looks like it's coming up. Easy. This because it's not super. Most of them should be cut, so it's really just pulling it up. You really just need to get these out of the way enough so you can push the cells out. Once you get them loose, just got to get those cells out somehow. Just kind of depends on how rough they are. This one actually looks like I might have to pull this apart a little bit here. This one's gonna be goofy, Jesse. I gotta pull those out. Skinnier one. Now I'm just trying to pry this apart. It seems like they've put glue on it because they do not want me to do this, apparently. pull all the cells out. And replace them with your new 18650s. They just go positive, negative like anything else. And you hammer it together because, you know, we like hammers. And I just hope this video is as awkward for you to watch it as it is for me to make.
So the circuit board is being kept on with these alligator clips that are hooked up to these batteries. So if you have an 18 volt, you want to make sure you have 36 volts hooked up together to make 18 volts, and if you have 12 volt, you can use a single 12 volt. But you want power to that circuit board whenever you have the batteries disconnected from it.
And just hook everything up the same way you took it off. Pretty basic pack building at this point. Kind of match those guys back up. Make sure everything matches up, positive and negative how it should, and you should be ready to go.
The first step is just to make sure that you test the voltage on it. Make sure it's half of the voltage. So if it's 18 volts, you want it to be 9 volts. If it's below 9 volts, it's probably not going to work. 12 volts, you want to make sure it's either 6 volts or above. When you do determine that, you can open it up. Like I said, then you need to get your external battery source just to keep the circuit board on. And then from here, it's just basic pack building. Just have to retab, all your new batteries back together like you would like a NiCad or nickel metal hydride.